Bonsoir. It is me again, the muscular socialist, Sean Eugene Boy, in person, live and direct. And first things first, at the end of my last video, I said that Gareth should play 4-4-3. That would have meant he would have had 12 players on the pitch, you know. So although we could have done with it the other day against against the States. What the fuck was that? Then again, you know, boring game. No, I think we're going to do all right. But yeah, so it was 4-3-3. I should have said. There are 11 players in association football, so apologies for that. I think we all know that I'm a bit of a knob, so no more explanations needed, really. So what am I going to talk about this week? We've got some strikes coming, which I think is a good thing. The 80%, you know, the way that I look at it in society is it's divided between the 20% who do okay anyway. You know, they're and the 80% who are kind of left to do a lot of the heavy work. And in a lot of cases, they underpin society. We know this. During the pandemic, when I was in a supermarket, it became incredibly clear to me who the important people in society were. And it was the people who provided the food, the people who were driving the trucks, doing the trains, who came out, you know, who in some cases died, while people like myself, actually, in the laptop lefty class, the pajama class, stayed at home, you know, went outside on a Thursday and, you know, clapped your hands. But at the end of the day, we're removed from the people who actually hold up society. And I was a bit pissed off this week, actually. I read this article by a guy called Charles Stallworth in Newsweek. And this man is, he works for the railways, he's part of the railway union in the States. And they're having a few issues with a very unsympathetic Democrat Party who's basically fucking them up, really, and siding with the management. And they need to go on strike where the Democrats are basically saying, well, if you don't sort this out, we're going to intervene. So what leverage does the rail unions have then? If Biden basically says sort this out or I'm going to intervene, if I was the fucking rail boss, I'd go, well, see you later. You've just lost your leverage, mate, because Biden's going to come in and you'll have to fucking you'll have to go back to work, which is just typical, really, of the bosses, well, not bosses, of the political class, to be quite true. They're not really on our side at all. Anyway, Charles Stallworth is this union man, and there was this video going around a couple of weeks ago about the average day. It was on TikTok or something like that, of the average day of an employee at Twitter. And it was, you know, pretty galling, actually. I mean, she's probably on six figures, this girl, and it was all about, you know, oh look, you know, oh my God, look, this is our yoga room and we get free lunch and I got this milkshake, and, you know, basically living in a fucking luxury hotel rather than a workplace. And Charles Stallworth, like, you know, like all the other members of the working class, the 8%, said, you know, we've got to pay for our own meals. You know, if I want anything, you know, basically the best I can hope for is they've got a fridge where I can put, you know, where I can cook my meals and maybe put something in there to save money. And anyway, so he comes out with this article in Newsweek, and immediately in the comments section, it's like, you know, you don't know what you're talking about. Fuck off back, you know, basically fuck off back to the railways. Pricks, man. I mean, this is the kind of snobbery that blows my mind. You know, these kind of, you know, these people of this class, these people who work for Twitter, this. How would you call it? Yeah, metropolitan elite, if you want to talk about it, who are so far removed from the people who basically run society, and they have the snobbery of the Victorian age, really. Well, if you don't like it, oh my God, who are you to criticise us? You haven't even got a degree. Can you just go back to work? And this is a massive problem in America. You know, the so-called classless society. I mean, a couple of months ago, these fucking idiots in a college in the Midwest shit themselves because some workmen came in. You know, Now I know Gen Z are a little bit fragile, but you know what? For fuck's sake, wake up. Some workmen came into their, to their halls of residence to fix the fucking heating, and they'll go, "Oh, we weren't notified about this." There was this filthy-looking man in blue overalls walking around, unmonitored. I didn't even see his pronouns. You fucking wankers, man. And this is what's going to cause the problems in society. Like I said the last time, I was a little bit more placid last time in saying the working class and middle class got to work together. But the social contract is breaking down. And working people who form, the blue collar, who form most of the workforce in society, aside from what the middle classes think. We don't all sit at home. Well, I fucking do, yeah, you know what I mean? Because I'm I'm a laptop lefty too, but it absolutely blew my mind when I read that. You read those comments and I thought, fuck you, man. Who the hell do you think you are? And you need to wake up, especially the younger people, the under 30s. You need to wake up how society works. Do you know what I mean? Because at the end of the day, when it gets taken away, you'll soon find out who the important people in society are. And you have the cheek to look down your nose at people. Just wake up. The world doesn't revolve around you. So we're going to have some strikes. So go in there, Mick Lynch, that is. And it's not Mick Grinch, it's Mick Lynch. We haven't had a pay rise. Working class people haven't had a bloody pay rise in 40 years. And we've had the world, the carpet pulled out from underneath us. A little bit our own fault, you know what I mean? Like when you don't keep your eye off the ball, when you stop being in unions, guess what happens? Well, I hope it is militant. I really do. And I really hope that that working people start getting proper pay rises. And what we really need is, and this is what we need, is we need wages up and we need assets down. Okay? We need house prices to start going through the fucking floor so people can have a decent life. When I was a kid, dinner ladies could afford a house. We need to get back to that. It's in everybody's interest. We need money to be circulated again. And we don't need benevolent fucking billionaires running around saying like Jeff Bezos, I'm going to give all my money away. What the fuck point is that? Do you know what I mean? Just give us. We know how to spend our money, so pay us properly. Do you know what I mean? And make it so you can build a few more houses so that we can have a life. And it's not just, fucking going online and watching benevolent billionaires or the celebrity cast, which is totally and utterly letting itself down at the moment. The virtue signaling now has just got so atrocious that it's driving, and I can see it. I've got a lot of my mates who, and their kids as well, and everyone's pissed off at these people, saying, oh, look, I'm, saying or trying to say the right thing, but everybody knows that they go back to their gated, communities, totally unaffected by the, by the issues in society, and they have the cheek to preach and lecture us. So I think this is I'm really looking forward to 2020 to 2023 and the rest of the 20s. And I'll tell you this much. Something I have noticed actually is that like in 1962, there was a change, 63 JFK got killed, and then that was the 60s basically, wasn't it, with the Beatles and the Stones and all that shit. And then 1972 was the kind of the death of all that utopian malarkey, and we had going off the gold standard, and then all the problems in the 70s. That happened in 72, around that time. 82 was the start of neoliberalism. Do you know what I mean? And the destruction of the working class. 92, fucking Blair, wasn't it really? But also Britpop. 2002, Iraq. 2012 was basically all this nightmare on social media. Where with Twitter and YouTube and the polarization, the intense polarization, which is driving us all a little bit nuts. So I think 2022 is going to have a similar taste. The decade is going to start next year, and it's going to be a lot different than you think. I think it's going to be good, but it's going to be an authentic one. We have seen the nightmare of the Iraq War and 2008, and even the fucking Qatar World Cup. Do you know what I mean? In front of our eyes, people with money are taking the piss, and then just saying, well, we can get away with it. Well, maybe that's going to stop now. Maybe there's going to be so much more accountability, especially for the celebrity class, who really need to, to shut the fuck up, because you're beginning to really annoy a lot of people. And you need to, if you do care about people, then what you need to do is work out how you make society work for everyone. How about that for a change? Yeah? How about doing that? That'd be fucking nice, wouldn't it? But whichever way, whether you do this willingly or not, I've got a feeling see that? I do what you do, but the wind is changing. And it's changing for the working man and the working woman, hopefully. So yeah, not too happy this week. That article pissed me off. Other than that, I think we'll get through against who we got on. We got Wales, haven't we? Oh, shame it. I want the Wales to go through, but whatever. But anyway, yeah. So maybe I'll be in a much better mood next week. But I was a bit pissed off this week about that. Anyway, I hope you're well.